What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to another Fridge Financials video. In today's video, we are breaking down the last net worth update in 2025. We're also going to be talking about the goals for 2026 and some new things I will be doing about my net worth. So if you are excited for today's video, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, turn on those bell notifications for all future uploads. Now, you're going to sit there and say, Fridge, usually you reveal all your net worths at one at a time, not all at once in this case here. Why do you have all the numbers already revealed? And believe it or not, this is actually an older spreadsheet from the edit history I went back in and found. This is from January 5th of 2025. So my net worth to start off in 2025 was around $97,000. So here's my net worth right here. As of January 5th of 2025, because it's going to be good to see how we tracked it from that day up until today, New Year's Eve in 2025. So we're looking at 97,000. And I believe that when I started this new year, my goal was to hit like 105. Maybe I was optimistic about 110,000. So those were my goals I set for this year. And we're going to be doing the reveal, and we're going to talk about where the net worth finishes up and goals for 2026. I am super excited for it. So let's get right into the video. So, and taking a look here, let me move this out of the way a little bit. So again, as we know, we talk about, we have the portfolios, we have the how much we have invested, the value of it, the return, the allocation, and the overall percent return. So we have a little bit of differences here. First thing we're looking at is the managed account here. Now, if you are new to the video here and are new to Fridge Financials, welcome on in, of course. But we also have a managed portfolio through Robinhood. They charge like 0.25% fee to actively manage it, to buy stocks that are, hot, to sell for tax losses, all that kind of stuff there. And I got a lot of my money usually in there, so that way I don't have to worry about it as much. And right now for the year, it is up 15%, about $6,500. And it basically almost outperformed the S&P 500. I opened this up, I think it was about halfway through the year, and the S&P for the whole year is closing at about 17%. So, I don't know about those extra 6 months. Probably would have made a little bit of a difference, but, I'm pretty happy. I'm going to see how this first full year goes with the managed account. The one thing that I do like is that even if you go, once you hit 100,000 in the account and you go over 100,000, your fee is capped at 0.25% for gold members. So that to me is absolutely amazing. So we're going to keep that going for this year. We're going to see how it does. And then again, it just allows me to sit back and not have to worry about it and actively manage it and selling and buying and stuff like that. And people say, well, Fridge, you could just do the S&P 500. And yes, that is also true as well. But we're going to try it out with the managed one and see how it does overall. So we'll try it out. And if it does awful this year compared to the S&P, then we just, we can just close it out and move the money back over to index funds if we need to, So overall, very happy with the returns though, up $6,474. The Roth IRA, we've maxed out now. As you will see in that previous one here, the Roth only was at $1,000 because I just opened it. I was able to max it out from last year at the beginning part of this year because it didn't reset until after taxes around April. So I maxed out last year's this year, and then I also maxed out this year's this year. So I put a lot of money into it, and we are up $3,600 about, give or take, on the Roth IRA, which is absolutely amazing. And if you are wondering, Fridge, how to do, up 25%, and the year-to-date return was close to 24%. So, and I made a video about that. Excuse me. I made a video about that as well, so you can go back and take a look at that video. It's about how my Roth beat all three major indices. The SPY, QQQ, and the Dow Jones all got beat by my Roth IRA. So take a look at that video if you would like to. Definitely have some really good insights there as well. But overall, very, very happy with my Roth for the year. My HSA account, which is my health and savings account, up, 69% over the last couple of years. Basically, my employer gives me some money every single year towards this. I can put more in if I want to, but I choose not to. And then whatever money I'm able to then put into an investment account through my HSA, I'm able to do so. So I've been able to grow a little bit more as a result, which to me is absolutely amazing. Again, an extra $1,600 for anything from medical expenses to medications to, x-rays to blood work, whatever it is that I need. Now I have some extra cushion just in case. So very, very happy with that result as well. Not anything crazy, but every dollar counts, especially for health insurance and stuff like that. Now, this individual account, this one is where I took the biggest hit on the year. And the reason why is because Fridge Financials, we own up to our mistakes here. And when Liberation Day came around, I didn't just buy the dip. I sold everything off here and I panic sold it all. And that's just the reality of it. You can take a look back. I made a video about that back in April about why I'm selling all my stocks. Sold it all off, and then the markets had a quick recap right back up. And now I'm trying to fight back on that one there. So again, I moved most of my money into the managed one, which is very, very good. And again, only 10% of my money is in this individual account. And I'm trying to build back up over time. Hopefully 2026, we can do that. But it's a very much, unfortunate circumstance, but it's the reality of, I panic sold it and I'll own it up to it. And that's what happens as a result of it. But the good thing I will say is that even though this is down, we made a lot of money in the Roth this year. We made a lot of money in the managed account. So we're still up overall, which I cannot be any more happy about. And hopefully 2026, it's going to be even better. My 403B account is my retirement account through my employer. Again, I can put a little bit of money into every paycheck into it, just, to have an active fund just in case. Basically like a 401k, but it's a 403B through retirement for teachers and educators and all that kind of stuff. That's doing pretty well overall. Again, about $4,700. Super happy with that. And again, I'm only putting in like $100 every paycheck, so nothing crazy, but it has been doing some good work overall, up 36% all time, which is absolutely amazing. Peer-to-peer lending, if you're not familiar with what this is, basically it is a platform where I'm able to take some money and then help fund people's loans they need money with, and then you get paid back that money plus interest. Now, I know the return looks pretty good. This is over, I think, about 2 years, so it's about like 7-ish% return annualized, which isn't anything too crazy. Also, there was one person who did default on their loans. So that is still risk that you have to deal with. But, hey, I'm going to maybe start to put some more money into this year. I didn't really put a lot. I stopped it last year. I might start putting in like $25 a month and just kind of see what it grows to over time there. So, but, hey, we haven't lost money, which to me is absolutely awesome. Checking account, how much money we have right now. We got paid over break, so we have a little bit extra money in there right now. We have bills coming up relatively soon, so that'll probably change into the new year, which is great. Savings account, haven't really touched it because I opened up a high yield account, and my high yield one is now sitting at $10,000, which is absolutely amazing to get some good interest on it, much better than the savings account. So I cannot complain about that either. And then the Webull account has had it's a fun trading account. I have some new strategies in mind for this Webull account here that I want to do with it. For 2026, and you still have to stay tuned to watch those videos. But still being up 35%. At one point it was up like $1,000, so it was up a lot more than that. But it's riskier trading. I bought a stock I shouldn't have bought, and then that was a mistake. We all own up to them. But still up 35%. I can't complain about that at all, honestly, whatsoever. Super happy with those results. And then my car value, I took off a little bit more money here. It says it comes in about 8, but it's got new tires on it, brand new 4 tires, new brakes, and the transmission is relatively newer because it was covered under my warranty. So I put it at about $9,000 or so. But again, it's $1,000. I don't think it makes a huge difference overall. So the grand reveal, the overall net worth is $125,000. I couldn't believe that, honestly. We were sitting at 97,000 at the beginning of this year, and now we're at 125. We've made over $25,000 of increased net worth. That is crazy to me, honestly. That is absolutely wild. And it just, my goal is like 105, 110. And we look back now, we're looking at 125. which is absolutely crazy. So, a huge, huge moment for the Fridge Financials, family and stuff like that. About 125,000. I just turned 30 like a couple weeks ago. So I'm 30 years old and looking at $125,000 of a net worth is wild. Again, I have no student loan debts. I have no car debts. I own my car outright. I don't have any personal loans. I have no mortgage. I pay rent. So I don't have a mortgage. So I have no debts under my name. So all this is my pure net worth. And if you're sitting there and saying, well, Fidge, how are you just making up these numbers here? Look at how specific these numbers are, first of all. Second of all, I just don't feel comfortable sharing screenshots of my accounts on just in general online, because God forbid, who knows what can happen if I don't blur out enough information, then I'm getting hacked, I'm losing my info, and I don't want to deal with all that. So you can take these numbers for what it's worth. I will tell you, though, this is me being fully transparent. These numbers are legit numbers, okay? I go into each account, I log into them, I write down every number to the penny, and I throw it into here. So take it however you want, though. We keep it simple here, though. But anyways, so that's amazing. That's absolutely awesome. And now you're sitting there saying, Fridge, well, what's the goal for 2026? And my goal, I made what, $28,000-ish increased? The goal this year is 30. We'll go to 155 is my goal for this year. Now, this is going to be a big challenge this year because I have a wedding in June that I am getting married in June this year. So weddings are expensive. So you're going to see the high yield dip quite a bit to start paying off vendors and stuff like that. It'll be interesting to see how the net worth will change with the wedding this year. Because as we know, if you've been married or you're about to get married, weddings are not cheap. So if I can push this to 155 with the wedding, that's amazing. If I can push it to 150 with the wedding, that's amazing too. So obviously we'll wait and see because it all depends on obviously what the markets are going to do and stuff like that. But we have a nice market run this year. Hopefully our net worth's going to increase still, which would be absolutely awesome. So that is my goal for this year. My goal for this year coming up, 2026, would be 155. The exact goal I'm looking for, about 155. Minimum, I would like 150. Worst case scenario, stay 125. I'm 30 years old. I got time on my side. But that's absolutely amazing. I'm so happy. I'm so excited for that. And to see how we've grown so far is absolutely awesome. Now, for the new stuff for 2026, this is the new stuff we're talking about here. I'm going to be tracking every single thing for every single week for all 52 weeks. Everything's going to get tracked. These I just put in numbers to kind of see what would happen. But these are the actual numbers going into 2026. So we're tracking the net worth every single week to see what happens. We're going to do weekly updates. We're going to do weekly recaps. We're going to look and analyze patterns, trends, those kind of things to kind of see if we're on track for that goal of 155 for this year. Anything above that is absolutely amazing also. We also have some really cool data sheets we'll be making. So that's really awesome as well. So, tracking to see it by visuals with charts and different sections. That will be absolutely awesome as well. But, again, I couldn't be more happy for where we're sitting at right now in the accounts overall and for where Fridge Financials is. So I do want to say, though, thank you guys so much, obviously, for your continued support. I couldn't have done this far without you guys. And this is the year where this is going to be the calendar year where Fridge Financials gets to monetize things and not monetize it where I'm going to extort you for money, but I'm going to be able to monetize it to be able to add more things and to make it more beneficial for you guys and all that kind of stuff. So I'm super excited to see how much money we can possibly make through monetization. Nothing crazy. Stay tuned though. New video tomorrow is going to be very, very big in terms of announcements. So make sure that you are watching tomorrow's video. Happy New Year's to everybody here as we get ready for 2026. Again, I couldn't have done any of this without you, and I really appreciate all the support I've had over the last couple of years. I'm super excited for this year here. As always, guys, hopefully you're making money in the market in some way, shape, or form. And continue to keep following Fridge Financials. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video.